Good morning. Welcome to Living in Two Worlds. There's a lot happening these days. Come along and take a look. This is a really big day. Okay, time to fill you in on everything that's been going on with us lately. Haven't been updating a lot, been very busy. What we've been doing over the past 2 to 3 weeks is we've been meeting with a designer slash architect and a builder, and we've been trying to finalize plans for our house here in Thailand. And we feel we've got that. We're at that point now, and today actually they are staking out the house on the land. We're going to spend some time talking with, watching them, seeing what they're doing, and give you an idea what we're doing. But this is a big day for us. It's the start of the dream home in Thailand. Well, we're putting more dirt on the land. I don't know if you can remember from last year, but when we had the dirt put on last year, he put it on level from the front to the back, which is fine. The only difference is that this road here at the back is certainly higher than the road at the front. The road down the side here goes down a slope all the way. So, in order to keep the water off the land here, we had to build a little bit of a berm. It's not exactly what we want. And the house will sit roughly where that brush pile is in the middle, or is where part of it will be. So we want the house to be at a higher level and then taper off to the sides, and certainly we want the back higher than the front. So we're getting another. Here we have, he's dropped 3 truckloads so far. These are small trucks, not the big ones we had last year, but as it stands right now, we're looking at another 100 trucks of this size. Spread it out, see what it looks like, and then we'll take it from there. It is about 5 o'clock, and this is what's been delivered today. Tomorrow he says he will show up with a tractor and 8 trucks, so we'll see how that goes. On day 2 of putting dirt on our land, which we found out late yesterday, or which we were fairly certain of, once we built up the back, then when you compared it to the front, it was too low in the middle, or the sort of front middle. So we had talked with the fella yesterday, and he said, we're gonna need more. We said, yeah, we can tell, not a problem. The only thing that happened was it rained overnight. Raining overnight, everything's gotten somewhat muddy. I don't think they should be working on this. I think they should give it a couple days to dry out, but I'm being told otherwise. And as it turns out, we're paying by the truckload, so it's taken the tractor guy much longer, and really doesn't cause any problems for us because we pay per truck. So I think he's making a lot more work for himself, but they want to get it done today, and I'm assuming they probably have other jobs to move on to tomorrow. So I believe we've had about 22, 23 more trucks today. He's leveling it out, smoothing it out. You can see it's definitely looking better, but it's a lot more work for them. So keeping an eye on it, see how much more it takes till we get her done. We'll catch up with you later. Okay, to get an idea where we're at, what's happening, I am standing on the front part of our land. This is the road coming back from the highway, and this being the front part here, this corner here is where we have the potential for a restaurant. We haven't made the final decision whether that's going to happen or not, but it's in the plans, so everything will be built accordingly to allow this front part of the land to be used for businesses as opposed to residential, because this is a very large piece of land. In Canadian terms, it's about 1 acre, 2 rai, as they say here in Thailand. So we were here the other day, and what we did was we measured back from the front. We did some rough measuring, not exact, but to get an idea where the house should sit, so that when these guys came, they would know where we want things. You'll see there's a couple of stakes in here. This is where we're figuring our fence will go. So this will divide between the commercial piece of the property and the rest being residential, and with Noon's large garden in behind. So some of their techniques are a little bit questionable, but we'll see how they go. Trying to get the angles just using a straight framing square, in my mind's a little bit strange, but they don't have the tools like we do. So I have enough knowledge and expertise to know that once we have all 4 corners done, as long as we measure corner to corner and they match, then I know we're square. So I'm okay with that. This being the south fence line here, they have, I don't know if you can see it or not, but they have strung a string along here, which goes along the property markers. When we roughly laid this out the other day, we used these posts, which, as you can see, they're about 1.5 feet or half a meter inside the neighboring property. So the house itself is just over 200 square meters. So I think that makes that somewhere around 2,000 square feet. So we will let them at it for a while. Once they've got some more things, we'll here. I'll just step past here. They use fishing line as opposed to other lines, so they can pull it very taut. So I'm standing in where the house will sit, right here. And then beyond the house, if everything goes to plan, behind the house here we will have a swimming pool, and then beyond that, this will all be Noon's garden land back here. So quite excited for this. We've been planning it for a number of years, so we'll see how it goes. The house is being situated 5.5 meters from the property line on the south. Ending here, we will be building a carport here, as we'd say in English, for 2 vehicles. So it'll be another 7 meters wide, which will take us pretty much to this tree. So that's why it's not exactly centered, because parking will go on here later. In order to get initial costs down, we took the parking off for now, because we feel we can get it built and priced separately at a later date for less money. So that's where things are. Noon's back here in the back playing around with a couple trees she's been planting on the fence line, and we'll see how things go. Here we are in the afternoon of day 1, laying out the house. They have set the boundaries. We checked that to make sure that was square. Now I see he has set strings as per where the posts are going. Nice to see him using a transit. Now picked levels we want for our floor. We will be 4 steps. The house will be four steps in from the ground, and the ground around the house will be raised a bit more yet. So just see how they make out. Gotta check to see what he's got for drawings and make sure we're putting the posts in the right place before they start digging. Got a guy here from the electric. I guess somebody's phoned them, and we're getting a temporary panel box here and some temporary electric onto the land. Apparently later on we will getting temporary water and a temporary meter for that, as they will need lots of water for mixing concrete, as here they mix virtually all the concrete by hand. So to look from the other side here, he's got a number of the lines laid out where the post should go, but which is somewhat typical here, is we don't have the final drawing yet. So basically told them, slow down, nothing can be dug or approved till we get the final drawing, and that's the one we go off of. We're supposed to get that later today, so we'll see how we make out with that. Just had a little bit of rain go through. Looking at the weather forecast and the sky, I think we're going to get a bit more coming through. So according to the forecast, should be rain on and off today and tomorrow, so things may get slowed down because of that anyway. Well, the guys are gone, day one. I see they have staked out posts, pads for where the post will sit on top. If I do a count, seems to me that there's some things that need to be readjusted. We're not sure yet. We're still waiting for the drawing from the architect. I said no digging till we get that. We're supposed to get that later today, so we'll see how it goes. But then once I have that, I can accurately check all of his posts before any digging starts. So we'll see how that works out. A lot of rain coming this way by the looks of it, so don't want to stand around. I think we'll head back over to the house and we'll wait for the drawing.